we now realize that people thought Myrtle Beach was a sleepy little town and wasn't anything here or anything to do. But in my young years, I spent every summer down here. And it was just, we had a wonderful time. The pavilion that we had that they just tore down, we never went to that much. I mean, I was older then, of course we did. But when you were young, the pavilion was a green boarded pavilion and open all day. And every afternoon they had a concert. The band was there, from the University of South Carolina. And it was Buster's Band was the name of the orchestra. And there was a friend of mine, Jean McNeil. I don't know how we got together every afternoon. Little girls, not old enough to date. We sat on the floor and listened to that band, and we'd have crushes on those boys. And Jean had a crush. She is the mother of the Singleton twins that everybody here knows. They live here, Joey and Mackie Singleton, and that's her sons. But she was a very pretty girl. And we'd sit down, and she had a crush on the one that turned out to be an artist, Charles Crosland. And I had a crush on the drummer, but I don't even remember his name. And we were not allowed to date him anyway. The only way you could date was to have a late date, and we were in a strict family, so they didn't allow that. So, but then at night, they would have really a beautiful dance. The whole upstairs of the pavilion was. They had a banister all the way around it. They had a beautiful dance floor and a nice place for the orchestra. And the people that went there to that dance wore long dresses and just beautifully dressed, and the men always were dressed, not in tux, but maybe white linen suits, never without a coat and tie. And the music was divine, and we would sit there, and they had rocking chairs all around it, the square. And you could sit there, and you could watch them dance. And we knew some of them, but of course we couldn't dance because we weren't old enough. And we just sat there and just couldn't wait till we could get old enough to do all that. It was as large as the present, but it was a wooden, very comfortable looking. So the way I describe it, that building. It was green, wooden, and had big octagonal openings where the breeze swept through. And we could sit on the floor, but we had rocking chairs, but for that concert, and every afternoon they give a concert and then play at night, those boys, and it was good.
What kind of music was it?
Swing music. I never shall forget, that's when Stormy Weather first came out. Have you ever known that song? And Under a Blanket of Blue. And that's what Charlie Crosland sang all the time. My friend Jean McNeil would just swoon. And I don't know why, but we were the ones that seemed to go there the most. There were others that went, there was always a crowd at that afternoon. My friends, the two of us just sort of went there to plan what we were going to wear that afternoon, which we did a lot. Sometimes we had chairs, but mostly Jean and I just go down there and sit on the floor. Two little girls.
How old do you say? You said high school age?
We were back there. We couldn't, our mothers wouldn't let us date because we were too young. I would say we were between 13 and 14. That was the most probably fun, because we couldn't date boys, so we didn't have any rival. We just had our crush, like people used to have on Frank Sinatra, but we had on those boys, and we just sit there soulful, and they were conscious of it, but they were not allowed to flirt with us. They could go out on late dates, and we would. Right after, when the orchestra was over at night, when the dances were over. So we were hoping we could get old enough. We even asked our parents if we could go out with them, an old man.